me get your number, let me get your name, let me get your sign, let me pick your brain. See, I'm liking how you moving.
Thank you guys. You tuned in. It's the Artist Light series. Ooh. Art Light. We here in the building. You know it's lit because I got Jazzy.
Hey y'all.
I see you guys. Clap it up. Thank you.
I'm just glad to be here. You know what I'm saying? Just glad to be here. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Smack myself in the face with that hair like that.
Oh, yikes. Sometimes the hair be fighting back.
Anywho, thank you guys for tuning in. We got our sponsors here, our luxury clothing brand, Disguise in the building. We got Torch. Thank you for the spot, the creative place you guys provide for us. We are here in the building. We're going to get into the interview. So, Jazzy, just to start, like, I really want to know where you're from. Like, I've just been waiting to ask this question.
Okay, so, well, I was born in New York, Brooklyn. Then I kind of, after like a couple years, I moved down to Georgia with my family, and I just kind of been here ever since. I was sort of raised in just Kennesaw, so I'm kind of a suburban kid, but I be going back and forth from New York to Kennesaw just to kind of like see my family, because like my grandparents are Guyanese, so I'd be chilling with them. It'd be a good time, you know. I'm from a lot of places.
You really are, and it really shows in your music. Like in your music, I know a couple of songs that gave me like this, like hard, like I guess Remy Ma style. If you know, we want to make it something people can relate to, like a Remy Ma style, like a little like, you know, tough and aggressive, but like firm. And then you gave me like a really southern vibe too, like especially with the Unsaved that I'm like, okay, like, you know.
Yeah.
But now I see like you really are from everywhere. I can hear it in your music. So like, when did you start doing music?
I started doing music when I was around like 13, 14. I really started like singing. I'd always wanted to be a performer, but I really started with just singing and like chorus and stuff. One of my friends, she wanted to kind of like start a girl group, because this was like the mindless behavior era of my life. So I was like, fuck it, we just gonna start a girl group. And in my head, it just made sense.
Like OMG girls?
Yeah, like we just gonna meet them because we a girl group, and that's just how that works. So like we started just kind of playing around, and everybody wanted to like make music, and they were like, oh, how we gonna write it? I was like, I'm gonna write it. Like, I'm gonna just write everybody's songs, and y'all just gonna pop onto it, and that's just how it's gonna happen. Eventually, maybe after like 2 weeks, the girl group like disbanded, but I just kept writing. But I just kept writing, and eventually one of my friends was just like, you know what you should try doing? You should try rapping. And so I was like 14, and I loved hip hop, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do that. And so I just started rapping, and it just kind of has been like that ever since.
Okay. What were some of like your influences through the time? I know you said like that mindless behavior era. That OMG girl.
Yeah, at the time, I was super into, like, Jazzy. I was super into, like, Biggie, because my dad just listened to a lot of just hip-hop. So I wasn't supposed to be hearing it, but I would, like, sneak by his office when he was just jamming. I'm like, okay, this is hard. It's got cuss words in it, but this is hard. Like, so one year, my dad, he gave me an iPod, and literally he was just like, I'm going to just connect my iTunes to it, so you're good. And I was like, okay. So literally I have my headphones in, I'm listening to like DMX. I'm literally like 10 years old, just like, wow, this is fire. And it just kind of always been like that. Like, my love for hip hop has always been something that has like driven me to where I am today.
Okay. So what like I'm trying to make sure I say this right.
Go ahead. Take your time.
You like write your own songs.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of like, do you feel like who do you like specifically like? You like did you like listen to like a vast variety? Like, I want to know like kind of specifics, because like some of your music be giving me, especially like that tip your hat, like that be giving me like some nice, like, I ain't even gonna lie, like some like lean with it, rock, like something that like you and your whole family like just gonna get lit to, like when it comes on.
No, like some of my like real influences at the time, I really just followed a lot of like Nicki Minaj. No cap, I was a stan. Slick still am. It's fine. Judge me if you want to. But yeah, no, I was super into Nicki Minaj, and I just loved her like versatility, and I loved the fact that she could kind of go on the mic and do whatever the fuck she wanted to do, and niggas would be like, this bitch is crazy, but that shit was hard. Like, so
like itty bitty piggy. Like,
yeah, like she had flows. She was doing all types of random shit. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
She's a whole Barbie, like,
yeah,
and then
like,
she did that Monster.
Yeah, like
with Kanye West. That's when I was like, okay. This girl, she's all over the place. And like, even like you still like in a lot of your songs you have a different sound with like even like Suburban Love, like what's Suburban Love Story?
Yeah, Suburban Love Story.
Like even that gave me a total different vibe from the first one you put out. Like when did you start putting out your projects?
So like during the girl group time, my dad, he gave me this mic because I said I wanted to record in my room. I wrote this song called what was it called? One Day, and it was literally about like one day I'm gonna go do some like I'm gonna do what I want to do. And he was like, okay, I like this. So on my birthday, he gave me $80. I went to like, where is it, like Kennestone Music or whatever, and got my mic, and I literally like ran home, plugged it up to the computer, and like downloaded GarageBand, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna write a song. And literally after that, I was recording everything. There's files on files on files.
Okay, so your dad's a firm believer in you and your music. Okay.
He be going hard. He be going hard.
Dad, we love to see it.
Right.
We love to see it. Shout out, Dad. Love you too,
Dad.
Nice. Okay, so when did you do like your first like performance? Like when you first like started doing this, like when did you like, you know, you're gonna take it serious, like you're gonna, you know, put it out too, you know?
Yeah.
That's a lot too, because you had the support from your dad, so and you did have the support from your friends.
Yeah, no,
like,
definitely.
You know,
yeah.
Into it, like, so, so when is like the time where you know, like, I need to get in the studio, I record, like,
I think I was like 15 when I was really trying to take music seriously, because I feel like I've always taken it seriously, but like actually being like, oh, I'm gonna get in the studio, I was about 15. Me and my best friend, we had put like $40 down to go for 2 hours to go to the studio, $40 each, 2 hours in the studio. Her dad drove us, and we were like, okay, cool, we're gonna make a hit and then put it on SoundCloud and just leave it there, and we're just gonna get big off that. And so that's what we did. After that, I was just kind of like, okay, I need to do better. So it really wasn't until I was about 18 and I had went to Georgia State that I really started like, okay, I'm gonna do the performances. I need to have like my royalties, my masters, all that stuff. Like being at Georgia State and meeting this organization called Panther Entertainment Group was probably like one of the best things to happen for me in my career. It taught me a lot. It taught me how to really take myself seriously and then expect more out of other people around me who are trying to like create with me as well. So.
Okay, I seen your performances here at Georgia State, which was fine. It really got me like into everybody was like, yo, like she's up there like spitting like like even the niggas was kind of pressed, like don't act like you wasn't pressed. You guys were pressed.
So not pressed.
We're not asking, we're telling. Anyway, pimping is all 2020 if you didn't know.
Pimping these niggas all 2020.
You know.
Quote Maya the writer. That's it.
Definitely. So I seen you perform at Lotus Rosary too.
Yeah. Kaylin had me like we had the song together, and she was just like, Jazzy, I want to do the song at Lotus Rosary. At first, I really wasn't trying to do it because in my head I was like, oh, I just don't want to be on the stage for like 2 seconds and then dip. It didn't make sense to me. But she was like, no, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be fire. You should come. So I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go. So I went, and that was my first time at Lotus. So it was really like an experience for real. I was like, wow, there's like 50 different things going on, but all of it is fire. Like, so it was really dope. Shout out to Kaylin Bree. Just being there and just actually getting on the stage and just seeing like Atlanta
the crowd was big for Lotus Rosary.
Yeah.
It was all the way to the door. Like, I would literally was like, cameraman, I'm the cameraman. Let me through. I'm going
like,
up there.
it's like I got media. Like,
yeah.
nah,
Like,
it was crazy.
the crowd was so like epic and genuine. Like, shout out Lotus Rosary too.
Nah, big shout out Lotus.
Definitely. And I don't even think I seen your name on the list, but I know I was like, I think you like, I knew I like seen you, and I seen you, and I seen Kayla, and I'm like, okay, I'm in the right place at the right time.
Hey, as you should, because timing is crazy.
Definitely.
Timing is crazy.
Have you had any like crazy performances, like any wild performances?
Wild?
Because you've had a lot of performances.
Yeah, I know I've had a lot of performances. So we had like this competition between. Can I say this? Hold on, Verse. Can I say this? What? Can I talk about the AUC versus GSU show? Would that be controversial? Should I leave that to myself?
No, you can talk about it.
I can? Yeah. You sure? Because I'm going to talk my shit, and I really just don't. I just need to know before I start. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I'm going to definitely talk my shit, though.
Hey, this is the most genuine place to be, man. Bring the light.
Like, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
You know? Like, I can't.
I mean, fuck it. But anyways, so we had did a show. It was literally like Panther Entertainment Group's artists or rappers. It was an A3C show. Panthers Entertainment Group's rappers versus some rappers over in the AUC. So like Spelman, Clark Atlanta, Morehouse. So mind you, like this is kind of like the early years of PEG. So like we didn't really have, and it was like some of my earlier years, my bad. And so I didn't really like have no clout for real, but like we was spitting on campus. We was really like putting on shows and really like
putting in that work.
Yeah, putting in work. So this particular show, we had the AUC come out. It was a competition, so it was kind of like crowd engagement and then judges choice. So the first round was judges pick, give you points, and then the second round was crowd engagement. So everybody goes, like all my team goes up, and then I go. Crowd, like all like my niggas was going crazy, and then the AUC niggas was like trying not to fuck with me, but you could see it in their face. Like you could see it that they were like, this bitch hard.
Right.
Like, and I don't mean to sound cocky or anything, but like that's what it was. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm like, I got it in the bag. It's cool. It's fine. So next round comes around, and then the AUC people, they go up, and I'm like, all right. But again, like it's cool. Like y'all did y'all thing. Like, all right, straight. So judges go. My team wins the judges portion of the competition, right? However, the AUC brought more people. So crowd participation thing come around. Niggas is standing on like literally Georgia, like Speakers Auditorium. Niggas are standing on that platform in the back of the room, standing on it with red Solo cups, just drinking shit. Yeah, and then like they were standing on the table, like standing on the chairs and shit. I thought one of the chairs was gonna break, and then one girl, she went up. She's fine. She's cool. Like she got bars and shit. I'm not gonna say that, but she got bars and shit. But it wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't the shit.
Yeah, it wasn't the shit. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm good. So the judging comes around for like them to do like crowd participation and stuff. So her crowd is like yelling, they screaming, they sit like pushing people. One of my homegirls, Kaya, she was like, I almost fought one of them bitches. I was just like, yo, like what? They're like, mind you, this is Speakers Auditorium. So we're all just kind of standing there like, we're on GSU campus. Can y'all relax? So I'm standing there, I'm just like, okay, I might actually win this bitch. I'm excited. Then the crowd starts screaming. All her niggas is drunk and just screaming hella loud, and I'm like, oh fuck. And then like my people was screaming, but it wasn't enough of them to like really make a impact. So I was like, damn. And then she won. That was probably the saltiest I've ever been about any competition in my life.
It was a popularity test.
Yeah, and I was, but like I was like, to me, like I'm probably one of like the most competitive people ever when it comes to like rapping. Yeah. So when that happened, I was like, I literally left and was like, bet. And like next day was in the studio just writing. I was like, I don't fuck with that.
Right.
So that's probably like one of the craziest shows for me. Just like as far as like the result and just how it all went down. It's crazy as fuck.
Like that competitive thing.
Yeah.
Man, like
nah.
It's okay. Y'all know who on top.
Hey, and that's all I gotta say.
Okay,
I ain't said it, she did.
How was
PG, yeah.
You did the Unsaved video,
Mm-hmm,
and even you did the song with Maya the writer. Like,
yes.
Can you talk about like working with her? Like,
I love Maya. Yeah, no. I met Maya, I think, a year ago, 2 years ago, almost. So I met Maya 2 years ago. She had joined PEG, became an artist and everything, and I always thought she was dope. But I think last summer I wrote my verse to Unsaved and wrote the hook and everything, and it was originally on a different beat. And so I wrote it on the different beat, and I was just like, this isn't working. So I switched the beat and just sped the song up. I was like, okay, cool. Let me send her the demo because I think she would sound good on this song, because it was really just some like country ass, pimp ass vibe. And I was like, no. Yeah, I was like, she's gonna bring this out. She's gonna bring this the fuck out. So I sent it to her, and literally like an hour later, I was at work. I used to work at Macy's. So I'm literally like in the back over by the dressing room listening to her record herself on the phone. And I'm just like, this shit hard. And so literally like a couple of days later, I was like, we need to get in the studio. You need to go ahead and record that. We recorded it, and I really just been sitting on the track until recently. I was like, I'm gonna just put it out. And so that's kind of how the song itself developed. Okay.
Getting that networking.
Hell yeah.
Working. So what made you come up with those lyrics for Unsaved? Like you know, I want to know like what really got you, you know, like in that mood to write, you know, those lyrics. It is kind of like, I don't know. You know?
So like the intro of the song is me like picking up the phone on a number that I don't recognize. That's happened to me one time. It was like, this nigga creepy as shit, and I forgot that I had blocked his number, and then it rang unknown, but like people be calling me, so I be having to answer. So I looked at it, I was like, I don't know who this is. So I picked it up, I was like, hello? And he was like, hey, what's up? What's up? Like, you don't know nobody no more? I'm surprised you picked up. I was like, who is this? First of all, let's start there. And then when he said his name, I was like, actually, I have something to do. Let me just call you back.
Who is this?
Yeah, but like, I felt like that was a very relatable type of situation for some people. Like, if you...
It really is, because guys be like that. Like, to be honest, guys do be like that on that weird stuff. And honestly, I don't know who you are. And what is your name?
I honestly don't know who you are. Sorry to that man.
Like, it's okay. Like, because you just hit me up, and it's been like, who are you amount of time for me to figure out who you not are. So, like, I don't know who you are.
Facts.
That confusing. See, you get it?
Yeah, I get it. I'm here with you. Yeah, we here. I don't know if y'all here, but we here. It's like FaceTime?
No unsaved FaceTimes. When you be like, I don't know who you
Oh yeah, no, hold on. When you be looking like you be having it at the ceiling, cause you like, who is this?
Like, you be like, hello?
So, who's it? And they be having their face all in the camera, so you could just look. Like, all right.
Ooh, shit.
Say my bad. Wrong number. Like, no time.
So, what does like get you like in the studio? Do you feel like you write on a random, or like winter times are you feeling like writing? Like, you know, some people have to, you know, silence things out. Some people have to, you know, be in the mood, in the area. Gotta get turned, gotta get lit, you know.
Yeah.
You guys creatives, you know what?
I guess my creative process, as far as just like writing, it really just depends. Sometimes I'll just be in the house and I'll just be like, okay, like the beat's hard, and I'll just write to it. Or like other times I'll just like think of like a beat idea, and I might like beep something out on my like voice memos and just kind of go to the studio and get ideas from that.
Do you make your own beats?
I work very closely with the producers when they make mine.
Okay. See the vision.
No, I'm very like, okay, like here's the screen and everything. I'm gonna let you do it, but this is like what I want. And then I just know that whoever I'm working with is gonna elevate what I want to something that I wasn't able to see before. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, overall, I'll write wherever. I have a tendency to write in the car, like a lot. I don't recommend it when like I drive. I'll be like, oh, it's not a good look, but I do it. Not proud of it.
Gotta get it out, man. Gotta get it out.
The verses be fire. That's all I gotta say.
Gotta get it out. Gotta get it out. So, from your last 2 projects, like, what do you feel like you have coming out now in like 2020? Like,
I got this project coming out called BbyGirl. Drop date to be determined. But I feel like compared to everything I've put out before, it's kind of like an elevation of all of that in a way that's like, okay, this is the style that I've showed you guys. This is the style that I've dabbled with. But like now I've put so much time, so much effort, so much collaboration, and just I feel like so much love into this project, and I want people to kind of see the growth within it from what I've put out before to what I have now.
Okay, I definitely see the growth. Definitely, Unsaved is really like your top, like right now, like that's really different from what your last projects were, and you definitely been putting out content in videos and. Watching you kick Ifoji out of that trailer. Shout out Ifoji. Shout out Ned Log.
Shout out Ned Log. Shout out Ifoji.
If you guys have not watched that, you guys should definitely go watch my Ned Log Part 1 and Part 2 interview.
Ooh, come on.
Definitely there.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out Ifoji. Hip niggas all 2020. Maya the writer.
Period.
So, do you have any expectations you set for yourself in this new year, you know, anything else you're trying to, you know, dabble in, anybody you're trying to work with, or any future goals?
I think in this new year, some of the goals that I just have for myself is I want to network more and just kind of be more into the scene. I feel like I've just kind of stayed within school and really just showed people like who I've met at school what I have. But like now I'm really trying to kind of dive into the creative scene that is in Atlanta because I feel like it's growing and I feel like it's super beautiful. As far as just like my own content, I'm not really looking for anybody to like collaborate with just yet. I really want to kind of build my own sound up a little bit more. And I also want to build up my content a little bit more because I would love to make another visual and like really, really pop a movie out on y'all.
Right.
But y'all,
it's all y'all. That's the beginning of the movie. Like I don't even know.
But y'all don't know. Y'all don't know yet. I'm just saying stuff. But y'all don't know yet.
Manifestation. Definitely big female energy.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, fire energy is
it's
real.
All the good
y'all
vibes.
Don't know nothing about that. Let me stop with y'all. Y'all not ready for it. Don't talk.
Not at all.
But can you give us like your Instagram, Twitter, where we can follow you, where we can find Unsaved?
Oh yeah, y'all can follow me on Instagram at Jazzy the Rapper, JAZZYTHA Rapper. Instagram is the same thing, just with an extra R. Not Instagram, Twitter, same thing with an extra R. You can catch the Unsaved music video out on YouTube. Jazzy Writes Words. Subscribe to the channel. It's kind of fire. And then you can catch Unsaved on all streaming platforms, all that good shit. And then SoundCloud, same shit.
Facts. I'm Mayflower. It's MAI.FLWR. It's Mayflower. I'm your host.
Yes.
On the Art Light series, where it is always lit. Thank you, friends, for joining us. Thank you guys for
Clap it up for
here.
yourselves.
Thank you.
Yes.
We couldn't make it happen without y'all. Y'all have to see this. You guys have to know the work that we put in for you. You know,
Facts.
all season long. We dropping off at the Manifestation Station. I'm Mayflower, your host.
And I'm Jazzy.
The rapper. You guys have a great one.
Woo woo. Yes.
Over and over again, niggas be thinking we friends. I just be thinking we cool. Maybe you misunderstand. I just be playing this move. Don't let my feelings attend. Baby, you act up a 10. Tell me how much It's scary how these other girls crave attention. I play the game different, like Uno, I keep the game switching. Man say he running shit, but he can't operate no car. Now he blinded by his own facade. Now he think he wanted wall to wall. Baby hit the door, must be smoking ball.